Looking for the right holiday outfits without breaking the bank? JCPenney is a one-stop shop for the whole family. Whether you're dressing up or dressing down, JCPenney has a great range of apparel for men, women, and kids. So you can spend less time doing this and more time doing this. Make your holidays count. JCPenney. Shop in store or jcp.com.
Check out the next generation of smart glasses by Ray-Ban and Meta. Listen to music without muting the world around you with open-ear speakers, or capture the world from your unique perspective with a built-in 12-megapixel camera. Now, you can live stream the moment straight from your glasses and even take calls hands-free without interrupting your flow. The latest tech combined with iconic style. The next generation of smart glasses by Ray-Ban and Meta.
Hello, and welcome to Unequal Sequel.
Extra.
You might have noticed me and Dave have swapped places.
Yeah.
I'm doing Dave's bits and Dave's doing my bits because Dave's in Canada.
In El Canada, it's beautiful. No snow, though.
No snow.
No.
Oh, what's the point of Canada if there's no snow?
That is very true, but there is lots of... I've eaten well so far. I pretty much put on, I reckon, half a stone in 3 days. And I think I've cracked jet lag now.
Nice.
It's a bit confusing. Yeah, this is weird that you're hosting and I'm doing the secondary bit.
It is weird, isn't it? Like, you know, I'm not sure. We might swap back halfway through the episode, I feel, because, you know, it's just we're going to naturally fall into our normal rhythms.
Yeah.
But tell people what we're doing, Dave.
Well, before we do that, can I just say, if the audio is not great, it's because I'm recording off an iPad. So apologies for that.
And also I'm doing the editing, so...
This could turn out crazily good or crazily bad. But it is coming out. It's going to be in your ears. So happy Christmas, everyone. This is 22nd. Is this coming out?
Yeah, 20 seconds.
I've lost all... I don't know what days these are or what times. So no idea. Go on.
All I know is I've got to edit it quick.
Oh, yeah. Is it Sunday today?
It's Sunday today, yeah.
Okay, good.
We're recording on a Sunday.
Which is our normal day to record on, honestly.
Yeah, pretty much. We mostly record at the weekends, don't we?
Yeah, that's good. We are recording an episode. We watched a sequel to a film that came out in 2002 called Chicken Run. You might have heard of it. It was quite a big deal. Aardman animation, the people that made Wallace and Gromit and Shaun of the Sheep. And then for years there was
I love the way you said Shaun of the Sheep. Like it's Shaun of the Dead, but of sheep instead. Love it.
Oh yeah, that's true. So for years there's always been the rumours of a sequel, and there's never been a sequel. A lot of people saying we want a sequel to Chicken Run. Well, finally last year
22 years later.
Crazy, that's a long time for a sequel.
It is a long time. It is
so
a long time.
They joined forces with Netflix, and now we've got a sequel called Chicken Run
2.
No, you get the name right.
I was just about to say Dawn of the Nugget.
Yeah, but it's not called Chicken Run 2.
Oh, isn't it?
It's Chicken Run,
sorry.
Dawn of the
Dawn
Nugget.
of the Nugget. Right. Sorry. Sorry. Okay. I apologise. And pretty much a whole new cast, right?
Yes, we'll get into that.
Apart from Jane Horrocks, that's about it.
Is that it?
Yeah, I think so. I think it's just Jane Horrocks. I think everyone else... Oh, and Miranda Richardson.
I would say some of the secondary characters are still there, right?
Not many. It's a couple.
Did David Bradley, was he in the first one as Fowler?
Or
was that someone...
No, I think... Hang on, let me think.
The old
Who
bird.
was Fowler in the first one?
The old bird.
Yeah, I know who you mean. I don't think it was David Bradley, though. I could be wrong.
Because
I think it was someone else.
The mice have changed voices as well, right?
The mice have changed voices, yeah. So it was Phil Daniels was one of the mice in the first one, right?
Yeah.
and that's Daniel Mays now is doing the Phil Daniels one. Another Daniel Mays sequel in the 2 weeks.
Smashing Christmas this year.
Absolutely. So the first one, Fowler was. Hang on, who was Fowler? Oh, so Timothy Spall was one of the rats, I think.
Oh,
Fowler was Benjamin Whitrow.
no,
I don't know who that is. No idea. He's in Pride and Prejudice, but I don't know. But I imagine he's dead.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he died in 2017. So,
well, that explains that one then.
Yeah. So yeah, I think we've got a few. So yeah, it was Phil Daniels and Timothy Spall were the rats in the first one. So very, very different cast. Really different cast. And Imelda Staunton's back.
Oh, yeah, that's one of the
Bunty.
chickens. Yeah,
one of the chickens. Bunty and Babs, they're the same. Yeah, okay. So Dave, tell us a synopsis of Chicken Run 2. You can run through Chicken Run as well if you like while you're there.
Chicken Run's very simple. It's literally the Great Escape with chickens.
Yes, true.
And it's about a band of chickens led by one called Ginger, who want to escape a bad chicken place. I can't remember what the word would be, where they kill chickens.
Farm, I think. I think the word you're looking for is farm.
That's a simple word. Farm. And they try to get off the farm where they make chicken pies and whatever. And it's a really fun, amazing like clay animation movie. It's got a really good bad guy as Mrs. Tweedy. And they, at the end of that film, spoilers, they do escape and then pick up, I'd say not too long after this film, right? Or that film, they pick up this film. How long do you reckon that is?
I don't know. Because, how old's the chicken? The child?
Well, this is my questions, Rich. How long do chickens take to age?
Well, I don't think these chickens are our kind of chickens because these chickens have teeth. So I'm not sure they're actually anatomically correct chickens.
That makes sense. So this is picked up when the chickens have escaped from that chicken farm, and they're now living on a utopia little island in the middle of a lake where they're safe. And the lead chickens, Ginger and Rocky, who was played by Mel Gibson in the previous film, and Ginger, who was played by Julia Sawalha, are now played by Zachary Levi and Tandy Newton. So their voices were changed, and sounds weird. And now they're living in a nice utopia, but those two have had a chick called Molly, and the chick grows older for the first 10 minutes of this film, and she takes on parts of her father's traits and her mother's traits, which is about adventurous and being naughty and being a crusader. And she wants to see the big wide world. Forward on a little bit,
and we'd say probably a teenager. Do you reckon at this point?
Yeah, but this is how old would that be? Was that weeks or months or years?
I don't know about chickens. And like I say, I don't think it really matters. I think we presume it's years because they're not normal chickens.
Yeah. Anyway, she wants to go and she wants to go and see the rest of the world. So she gets off the island, and then she finds out there's another farm that looks like it's good for chickens. AKA, it's not good for chickens, it's bad for chickens. And she meets someone called Frizzle.
Yeah.
Frizzle. I watched this in jet lag. I really... Some of the names are going to go missing. And then the adventure continues that the Ginger and Rocky have to go to this new chicken farm, not to break out, but to break in.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much the synopsis of this film.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, basically. Yeah, I mean, they're basically trying to turn all the chickens into chicken nuggets, and then
the dawn of the nugget.
Yeah, and apparently chicken tastes better if the chickens are happy when they die. So they've like some sort of hypnosis-y thing going on to keep the chickens
They're
happy.
like, magical organic chickens now, right?
Yeah. They're not really organic chickens, but they are like, some sort of weirdness. How long did it take you to get used to the new voices?
Never.
Okay.
Would be.
You didn't settle into it at all, like.
I found it really. I've watched Chicken Run a lot over the years, and I really like it. And I've come accustomed to those voices, and I just don't. It's a fine film, I watched it and I laughed, I enjoyed it, and it hits every beat, I would say.
Yeah.
But I just found those two voices not so much the Mel Gibson Zachary Levi character.
Oh, okay.
But the main character of Ginger, it just didn't feel like Ginger to me. It felt like a completely different character. A very backward step, I'd say.
I found Rocky's voice really off-putting. Like, I felt Zachary Levi instead of Mel Gibson. It felt very weird. Like, it took a good look. I wouldn't probably until I probably didn't get used to it like you. I did get used to Ginger's voice, but only in the last 20 minutes or so, I think. But
is that when Ginger became more like Ginger, the character we knew from the first film?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Because most of this film, she's just trying to protect her chick, her child, and it doesn't really feel like that. Ginger, which I don't think it's a problem because
character growth,
will probably be the same.
Yeah, I think so. So, what do you think of this movie then? What's good about it? What's bad about it? What did you enjoy? What did you not enjoy quite so much?
I love the animation.
Yeah, it's beautiful, isn't it?
I love Aardman. I think Aardman, you just have to keep reminding yourself that that's clay, and people have done all the movements to all those chickens, and it's just amazing. Yeah. You think the hours, and
occasionally when you can see a little fingerprint in one, you're like, oh yeah, they've actually done that.
The patience of that kind of animation is incredible, and especially when it's an hour and 40 movie, isn't it? Or is it an hour and 30?
It's an hour and 41.
Yeah. Wow. And I laughed. I do like the secondary chickens, like you said, Babs and that. And I like the story. I think that's good. I did wonder what the Dawn of the Nugget was going to mean for most of the film, but then the chicken nugget thing turns up, and it would have been nice not to. I don't know if you watched the trailer beforehand.
I did see the trailer. We did a trailer breakdown of it. Do you remember?
Oh yes, yes we did. The trailer reveals the bad guy.
Yeah,
the big bad guy, which would have been a nice surprise if you hadn't seen the trailer.
No,
but I make Rich watch trailers, and I watch trailers, so I ruin everything in time for both of us now. So you're welcome.
Yeah, and what do you think of Nick Mohammed?
I liked Nick Mohammed, that character. He's I would say maybe the comic relief for most of the movie. He's good. Yeah, I was glad he was in it. I thought he was a good person to go with. Can we say who the bad guy is? We've probably said it already, right?
Yeah. I mean, it's in the trailer, so it's not a spoiler, is it?
Yeah. Mrs. Tweedy's back as she survives the great fall, being released from a hot air balloon or whatever it was from the first one, from a great height. And not even a mark on her. I thought they might have put her in a back brace or a broken leg or something, or even with a stick.
Well, I mean, if it was years ago, then maybe not so much. But
But it might not have been years ago. It might have just been months, Rich.
True. Okay.
Because chickens' lives, I don't think are that long.
No, but then, like I say, I don't think these are chickens like real chickens.
Oh yeah, it's an animated movie.
Yeah.
But I enjoyed it. I thought Nick Mohammed. I thought all the voices were good. But I would have preferred the original voices. I know why Mel Gibson's not in it. I haven't got a problem with that. But why Julia's not in it, I still can't get my head around why they made that change. Yeah. It makes no sense to me at all.
But they took out Mel Gibson and replaced him with Zachary Levi, who is also quite problematic. Do we not think?
Probably when they cast him, he wasn't quite that problematic than he is now.
Okay.
And the only reason he's problematic now is because he can't keep his big mouth shut.
Yeah.
Everyone. What was Chuck? Everyone loved Chuck.
Yeah, true.
Right?
I've never seen it, but I know everyone liked it, but I never watched it. So
weird because it seems like Chuck would be the kind of show you would like.
Yeah, might be. I don't know. I just never got round to it. I know our friend James really liked it.
Yeah, but that's not the greatest example of
No,
why you
it's
should watch
not.
something. I'll make James watched it.
That's true. His favourite film's Pearl Harbor.
He's made bad choices with film and television.
Bad choices. Talking of people with bad taste in movies, I watched this with George.
Oh, good.
Yeah, so we watched it together the other day, and he really enjoyed it. And
There you go.
when this might be a spoiler, but so if you haven't watched Dawn of the Nugget yet, just pause this for a couple of minutes while I talk about this. Going to talk about the ending. So yeah, pause it for 5 minutes, come back. But yeah, when George really liked the ending when Mrs. Tweedy fell to her death again, and he's like, "This time she's properly dead."
When you say at the end,
she didn't.
When she went in the...
Yeah, but she didn't actually die. She was turned into a human chicken nugget and somehow survived. But when she fell in, he's like, "Oh, she's definitely dead now," and then she wasn't.
Has he watched the first one?
He has seen the first one, yeah, a couple of times.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, and so yeah, that was quite funny that she fell into the nugget maker and then came out the other end as like a battered person rather than a
little bit like the Terminator and stuff.
Yes, yeah, a bit like the Terminator without the thumbs up. She wasn't dead though. She was alive, just covered in breadcrumbs.
That's a shame. Yeah, I'm glad he enjoyed it. I was going to be one of my questions to you is like, did you show it to George and did it still work?
Yeah, he did enjoy it. I don't think he had the hang-ups on it like I did. You know, I think he enjoyed it more than I did. I thought it was okay. You know, like you, I thought it was pretty much fine. There were bits in it that were fun, and I laughed a couple of times. I found the voices really jarring, and I just felt like...
Isn't that weird that we find those voices jarring?
Yeah, it is weird, isn't it? I just felt like there was just something missing. I don't know what.
Because in 2002, we were proper adults in 2002. You know.
Yeah, I was 21.
Because we weren't kids, so we shouldn't have that connection.
No, but I do.
To something like that.
Probably because I've watched it most Christmases since, I guess, at some stage.
It's always on BBC at Christmas. Always.
This podcast is brought to you by AT&T Fiber with Wi-Fi. Whether you're into watching horror movies from your basement, watching sports from your backyard, or watching trashy reality shows from inside your car that's parked all the way in the driveway so no one in your family judges you, AT&T Fiber with Wi-Fi is the best way to watch whatever you want from wherever you are.
Get AT&T Fiber with Wi-Fi and add some Wi-Fi square footage to your house. Limited availability in select areas. Go to att.com/hypergig to check eligibility. Coverage requires extenders at additional charge.
Looking for the right holiday outfits without breaking the bank? JCPenney is a one-stop shop for the whole family. Whether you're dressing up or dressing down, JCPenney has a great range of apparel for men, women, and kids. So you can spend less time doing this and more time doing this. Make your holidays count. JCPenney. Shop in store or jcp.com.
Hey, Brad, you know how Nationwide is more than an insurance company?
Yeah, they're one of America's largest financial services companies.
We get that in a song like business, life, retirement.
Or Nationwide's there to protect.
I'm kind of the jingle guy.
Not sure I agree with that.
Well, I'm not sure I like your hat.
Well, it would never fit on you.
Products issued by Nationwide Life Insurance Company or Nationwide Life and Annuity Insurance Company. The general distributor for variable products is Nationwide Investment Services Corporation, member FINRA, Columbus, Ohio.
What about Bella Ramsey? Do you think she did a good job as Molly?
She was Molly, wasn't she?
Yeah.
I didn't recognise that voice until I looked at the end who was the cast, because Tiff thought Jodie Comer was Frizzle.
Oh, no, it wasn't. It's someone I've never heard of before.
Yeah.
Josie Sedgwick Davis.
We were trying to think of
anything else. Yeah, she's not done anything else as far as I can see. Apart from one episode of Chicken Shop Date where she plays the character she does in this.
Well, I watched that the other day, the Chicken Shop thing.
Oh, right.
It's do you know what the Chicken Shop thing is?
No.
Rich.
No, I know the woman who
You're
does
not down
it,
with the kids, are you?
I know what Amelia de Mondelberg or whatever her name is.
Yeah. So she interviews really famous people in a local chicken shop.
Right. Okay.
It's quite inspirational. It started off just like us, and
Yeah.
now massive people. She's doing a connection with Netflix on this. She had Cher in the chicken shop the other day.
Wow.
Cher.
Wow. Can you imagine Cher on our podcast?
Yeah, Cher on our podcast. I wonder what her worst sequel would be.
Who
Anyway,
knows?
who knows? It's great. But yeah, I was just thinking about it compared to the first one, and it's fun. Like oh god, we're going to sound so boring. It's fine and fun, guys, and it's delightful. It's easy breezy watching, and you don't really have to think. And the animation's wonderful because it's Aardman. Problem with Aardman that the standard is so high, like Wallace and wrong trousers, close shave.
Yeah.
Do
you know what? I think
very high up.
I was trying to figure out what it was that was missing that made it not great, and I think
not great, not the greatest word to use, but
no, I mean like it's it's okay, it's fine. I think maybe it is the voices. Maybe I think the thing is I just didn't care very much. At no point did I really care what was happening. Like I didn't watch it and I was like, oh, what's going to happen? I'm really into these characters. Feels weird to say watching a, claymation movie, but the first Chicken Run, I feel like you kind of care. And this one, I didn't care really.
Is that because the Chicken Run first one is got this, this connection to the Great Escape, and there's also this more impending doom that they might die at any second kind of thing.
Yeah, and also I think it takes a bit more time to build the characters a little bit.
Probably.
I guess these characters you'd already know the characters, but they've changed them so much. It feels like we need a little bit more character building again to sort of say where they are and why and how they've got to where they've got to. It seems a bit. I don't know. I just found myself not really caring too much about it.
No, I think exactly what you're saying is correct for me as well. So if you haven't got a connection to those voices, would you enjoy it more? Is that what we're saying?
I think. Do you know what? Not that I desperately want to give Mel Gibson work, but I think if it was Mel Gibson and Julia Sawalha again, I think I'd probably care more. So yeah, and Daniel Mays is great, and obviously Ramesh Ranganathan is great.
Yeah,
but
those two characters.
If we could have had Timothy Spall and Phil Daniels back, that would have been. Again, I missed that. I missed them.
Isn't that weird that we miss voices?
It is weird. It is weird, and I think this is the thing, isn't it? It's just because it seems like studios can easily say, "Oh, it's just animation; nobody will mind." But we do mind. We do. The performances are important, and the nuances of those characters are important.
Well, it's continuity, isn't it?
You wouldn't swap out your actors for a sequel to another movie, would you? If it's a live action movie, you wouldn't necessarily swap out your actors. You'd expect people to be a bit like, that's weird, swapping out your lead actors.
Well, when it does happen, we do think it's weird.
Yeah, exactly. And the same goes. It's strange. It was a strange feeling. It took me a while to get into it. Last 20 minutes I enjoyed more than any of the rest of it, I think.
Yeah. As soon as they were in the compound, I was having a lot better fun with it. Do you know what I did? I enjoyed the scene of Rocky getting into the compound, getting, attacked every 2 seconds by different things. That made me laugh.
Yeah. I thought that was funny. There were some funny bits like that eye scanner thing I thought was quite funny.
Yeah.
Like instead of it being an eye scanner, it's just like takes a picture of someone's eye and then someone has to leaf through a little catalogue to find the eyes.
That was very
compare it with. Yeah, I thought that was quite funny. That felt very Aardman. And yeah, there were good bits of it, and I did enjoy a lot of it. It just didn't quite hit the right note. I don't know why.
I enjoyed the freaky chickens. I found them really unsettling.
They were quite unsettling, weren't they? the brainwashed chickens with the collars on.
Yes.
Hmm.
Well, that was great, but I don't know. It's a hard one to review because I did sit there, and it is an easy watch, and I found it very pleasant, and I chuckled away. But all the way through, at the back of my head was like, these voices are weird. Where are the normal people? Why do they sound not like the people? And ultimately, that ruined my viewing pleasure, which is, I can't get over it. It's a weird thing to say. I don't know if that should like alter how I feel about the film, but it definitely has. And if you ask me to watch Chicken Run 2 again, I'll probably just stick with Chicken Run 1, I think.
Yeah, I think you're probably
I just enjoyed those characters a lot more in the first setting than in the second setting. In the second one, it felt like to get the secondary characters, the mice and Babs and whatever, into it, it felt a little bit shunted, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I do.
With those characters. And, with Mrs. Tweedy back, did that 100% work? I don't know. It's weird that she's got this connection with a chicken, and I find that quite funny, actually. She's like, yeah.
Well, yeah, she was nearly murdered by a chicken. I can sort of see it.
Yeah. What should we do the?
I was just going to say, do you fancy doing the Rotten Tomatoes game?
I absolutely would,
having a little
I've never done
play.
it before.
Okay, so we're going to go with Chicken Run to start with. The original, the first Chicken Run. Let me know what you think the critics gave that. We've got 174 reviews.
Ooh.
So this is, for the original.
I think this is going to be quite high. Okay. 86%.
86% for critics.
Yeah.
And it's 97% certified fresh.
97%.
97% for critics for Chicken Run, the first one.
Wow, that's like almost a perfect movie.
It is almost a perfect movie. What do you think about audience score?
That has to be similar, surely. Because normally audiences...
Over 250,000 plus ratings for audience score.
If 97... I'm going to go 98.
65.
Shut up.
65% for the audience score. Weird, I know, right?
So...
Very odd.
And that means a lot of people have given it 3 out of 5 or lower.
Well, it means 65% of people have given it 3 stars or higher.
People are really weird.
That means 35% of people gave it less than 3
because
stars.
Chicken Run is clearly a 4-star movie. I don't care how you look at it. Like,
yeah.
Even if it's just for the animation, which is incredible in 2002, is incredible.
Yeah.
Oh,
do you think it's because it's a very British sense of humour movie? Maybe, I don't know.
Maybe.
Do you think maybe it got review bombed because people hate?
Do you think the Daughter Nugget had that same kind of British humour, or do you think it felt like it was trying to be a wider audience?
Maybe that's what it was. It did feel like that. You're right. Yeah, it did. Feel
it was trying
like
to cater to the whole world and more of the American, because it is Netflix. This is a Netflix movie.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah. Yeah, maybe you could be right on that. It didn't quite have the same British humour. Yeah, I think maybe it's a review bomb against Mel Gibson potentially. I don't know. Like, I'm not sure, but yeah, I don't know. It's a weird one, isn't it? So yeah, 65% for the first one. So bearing those in mind, Chicken Run: Dawn of the Nuggets. What do you think critics would have given this one? We've had 87 reviews so
this
far.
has been out for a week, but it's been reviewed quite a while.
It's been out for 3 days, essentially, on Netflix. But I think we had the premiere and the critic screenings and stuff were like a week or so.
It also was shown at the London Film Festival, so there were some early reviews. Okay, this is going to be a tougher one. So 97 for the first one. It's going to be lower than that, I reckon. 79? And that's me being kind, I think.
Spot on. 79.
I'm a critic. I'm a critic.
I can't believe it. I can't believe you got the spot on. Right, we're swapping this round permanently from now on.
Audience.
And what about the audience score? Only 100 plus ratings.
That will go up
audience,
over time.
because obviously critics have seen it a lot more than audiences have.
Oh my Lord. 83%.
Very close. 86%.
Oh, I was nearly going to say 86, but I thought.
So this gets a higher audience score than the first one by quite a considerable margin.
I don't know if we can really look into that yet because it's so new.
Yeah, maybe.
But
that's still strange for me.
Yeah.
I still don't know why the first one's only 65%.
I can't get over 65%. That's just bizarre.
Odd. It is weird. It is very weird.
Do you think it plays well as a sequel? How do you feel like? Because you must have watched them. Did you watch them back to back recently, or was it just straight to the?
No, I didn't. No, I haven't watched the first one since like last Christmas. Yeah, I mean, I think it's okay. It hits the beats you want it to hit, as in like there's some character growth. Things have happened. It introduces new characters quite nicely. The problem for me is the old characters are too different. So it feels very different to the first one. The vibes aren't quite the same, so it's not quite there. What about you? Well,
the problem is the storyline of the first one is so good. Like that playoff was the Great Escape it works so well that.
Yeah, essentially that's like the whole premise of that movie is, what if we did the Great Escape but with chickens?
Yeah.
You know? Yeah.
This one doesn't have that reliance on that storyline. I mean, it'd been clever if they found a movie they could have gone off, but I don't think they did. I'd be interested to see if this is it now, or if they carry on the story like another one.
I think feels that sort of diminishing returns kind of thing. I think is the main thing, right? So if they do a third one, I imagine it'll be the slide into a TV series like they did with like Shaun the Sheep kind of thing, you know.
The problem with Netflix is I can never work out or understand if it does well, they still might cancel it.
Oh yeah,
You know, they've still, because what's that Joe Cornish TV show that you watch, Lockwood and Co.
Lockwood and Co. Yeah, it's like everyone loved it. Loads of people watched it. It was incredible. Nah, not making it.
It was the third most watched thing on Netflix this year in 2023, and they've cancelled
Wild, and they've cancelled it. It's just Netflix is like the Wild West, isn't it?
So
it's just weird.
I can see them doing like a chicken run, like one of those Christmas specials kind of thing.
Yeah, I could see that.
Something like that could be coming down the road, but I don't really want to spend any more time with these characters. Is that bad?
Oh, that's pretty sad.
I really like
on that. Yeah, and so I think I know the answer to this. What are you going to say about the question for Unequal sequel? And also, what are you going to give it out of 7?
Oh, it's an Unequal sequel because the first one is better, and I think I think it's better by a fair distance as well. And I don't want to make the people at Aardman hate me because I really would like to go for a tour around there if they're listening.
I mean, if anyone from Aardman is listening, Dave is your biggest fan.
Please let me I want to go in the lift and then have Wallace tell me up and down and stuff like that, because apparently that's what happens. It is a good movie. Just the problem with it is that it has a much better movie in front of it.
Yeah.
I think if it's just a standalone film, Chicken Run Dawn Nugget, it will be fine. It'll be okay. It'll be great. But Chicken Run's so good that it hampers it a little bit. What would I give it out of 7? Okay, if Top Gun Maverick's a 7 out of 7, what did we give Christmas or Mine to? We gave that like 3.5, didn't we?
Yeah,
it's better than that. So we might as well go 4.
It is a bit better than that, yeah.
I mean,
okay, I think I'd give it a 4. Yeah, that was where I was landing.
I would definitely say watch
sequel,
it.
like you said.
I recommend watching it easily.
Yeah.
I think that as a Christmas film,
4 out of 7 is still a positive review,
yes.
Right?
It's a lovely family watch. I bet you and George had a wonderful time watching it together. And both
we did. He howled with laughter a few times. He properly howled with laughter a couple of times.
Yeah.
So you know, it's good for kids. Absolutely.
Well, that's good. That's really good. It warms my heart at this time of year, Rich.
Absolutely, mate. So, do you want to see us out, or do you want me to?
Oh
do
my
that
God!
bit?
Shall I do it? Oh, this is new. Hang on. So, if you want to hear more from us, if you want to hear more from us, check out us on Another Slice /Unequal Sequel. There you will find loads more extra episodes that we do. Basically, 3 podcasts in one. There's box set mentality, is where we watch a whole box set one by one and put us through torture and hell, it seems, on that one. Currently watching the Twilight series. 2 more to go on that. We're about to get to the big finish of Breaking Dawn part 1 and 2. I'm sure it's going to be great. We also do Disenfranchised, where we look at sequels that should have, could have, would have had a sequel, but something happened. They're a lot of fun. You're about to listen to one there about the Christmas special, which is about the holiday. If you want to get in contact, there's loads of ways to get in contact to us. We are on Twitter. I'm not going to call it the other name. Twitter. About to say Facebook. We're not on Facebook. We're on Instagram, Unequal Sequel. We're on Threads, Unequal Sequel. We're on Blue Sky, Unequal Sequel. We're on TikTok.
You might spot a pattern here.
Unequal Sequel. We are now also, all our videos and episodes are on YouTube, if that's for your thing. All 196 episodes are up there. There's no real videos that go with them. It's just our symbol, our logo. But if that's your thing, get on there, check it out, rate it, subscribe. Apparently, if we get 500 subscribers, we become a YouTube partner or something, and we can be like Logan Paul and influencers and stuff. So that'd be great, wouldn't it? And me and Rich might just put some more videos or stuff. We've got some plans if we could work out some stuff to put on there. And I think that's it. Please rate and review us on Apple Podcasts. Give us 5 stars. Give us 5 stars on Spotify and 5 stars on anything else you can rate us. Right?
I think you might have missed the email address.
Email us.
But, easily done.
Email at unequalsequel@hotmail.com. Yes, that is hotmail.com, because Hotmail is the future and is the best place for emails. Yeah, so if you've got anything to say about anything we do, including Chicken Run 2, your thoughts on that, Dawn of the Nugget, send it there. We will read them out on our end of month specials. Not this end of month. We've already pre-recorded that because of me being here, but we will read that out in the end of month special roundup in January, probably.
Brilliant. Yeah.
Next week is the end of month roundup for December. That has been pre-recorded, so it's going to be missing a little bit of the sequel news and stuff like that, but it's still fun.
If you've sent us messages in the last kind of few days, which I know a few people
Yes,
have,
they have.
Sorry, we've already redone it. We've already pre-recorded it, so we'll read those out in January.
Yes.
But yeah, thanks for those. We have seen them. We're not ignoring you. We just pre-recorded it because, you know, Dave was in Canada.
Beautiful Canada.
Inconsiderate, really, isn't it? Inconsiderate. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's it. I think that's everything we've got to say about Chicken Run 2. Thank you very much for joining us. It has been a pleasure, as always. I don't know how to end the episode because I've never done this before. But I think what Dave normally says is join us next week for the sequel to this week.
You're forgetting the buys.
I haven't got to that bit yet.
Well, do sequel to this week, and then this week is after the buys normally.
Oh, it's after the buys, is it? Ah. Well, it's a goodbye from me, and it's a goodbye from him. I don't sign that. Come on. That was a gargle.
Yeah.
Oh, we'll see you next week for the sequel to this week. Goodbye. Well, that was weird. Let's not do that again, though. Let's keep it the normal way round.
It does show that synopsises aren't that hard, Rich.
Tell for me.